everyone, what's up? Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. So, further ado, let's introduce our today's topic. Labour says British Army would own out in 6 months of war. The truth is much worse. So let's know a bit deeper and today we will show you a video about it. So further ado, let's start. If we are using Russian castle rates as current days, the truth is bleaker. I must be honest, claim that British Army would be whipped out in the 6 months to a year in the event of war. Let me shock this week, but not for the reason you might think. The Veterans Minister and Reforms Royal Mayor Colonel L. Kearns gave the warning at a Royal United Service Institute's RUSHI conference as he predicted the based on current Russian casual rate, the British Army would struggle to sustain itself for more than a few months in conflict with the adversary. But my stock come not for the clear message that British Army is ill prepared for war, but the act that Kearns was so optimistic. It's been well published that British Army troops number are said to fall below 70,000 next year, a number that would be not fill Wembley Stadium and give Russian casualty an average 1,200 today. Then the math points of being destroyed much faster than 6 months. The figure imagines the army to exist in a fantasy world. That 70,000 figure constantly are fully trained, full feet combat troops with no course. It does not. The 70,000 consist of ASR professionals, chief and the injured and over 50s coming to the end of a long career. None of those are like to be storming Russian technique with much hopes of success. In reality, the British Army has around 20,000 trained and developing infantries, meaning that by current Russian casualty rate calculation, we are taking weeks, not months. Of course, there are several important caveats to the projection, but the illustration is worth making. The army needs to prepare to be able to deploy, fight, and win. Currently, it is not there, but it doesn't mean it can be. The first caveat is that Britain would never tolerate daily casualties number that we are seeing inflicted on the Russians. Few leaders of liberal democracy could justify expending citizen life in such a way, and those casualty estimates would influence strategy and tactic to avoid such losses. Second, the 70,000 figure would immediately be blasted by the service liability, which allowed the military to recall anybody who has left service in the last 10 years and under 55 in the event of a national emergency, which include May. Fantasy, the discourse is only possible if the mod possesses accurate record for a service personnel. I won't hold my breath. The service level combined with the national desire to contribute to the protagonist of our nation, as we saw during COVID, would see recruitment of its bursting, creating flaky wave to troops ready for completing existing force. So it is one of the thing to have preserved first a service liberal and motivation cravings population, but becoming almost redemption if not prepared and maintained. Only this year, the chief of the general staff and celebrated idea of prepared for avalanche only be shot down by politicians who fear short-term public policy more than the nation's long-term inability to defend itself. Kant is right, we need to be preparing, but he is either wrong or sluggishing. The Truth, his fantasy with the British Army could last 6 months in its current state. Cameron Wilson served for 8 years in the British Army, leaving as a captain in 2023. So, you guys should watch a video and I will add this.
British troops training for battle. But a government minister admits they'd only last a matter of months in a major conflict. In a war of skill, not a limited margin, and one similar to Ukraine. Our army, for example, in current campaigns would be expended, yes, part of a broader multinational coalition in 6 months to a year. In Ukraine, Russia is said to be losing around 1,500 soldiers a day, killed or injured, an attrition rate its army is able to absorb by drafting in more and more civilians. It's why some say professional armies start wars, but civilian armies finish them, and why the UK government may be wanting to rebuild its reserves. In the Cold War, the UK had a large part-time military force, including something called the Strategic Reserve. It comprised tens of thousands of personnel who left full-time service but could be called upon in a crisis. They'd be trained once a year and had kit ready to use, but that cost money. Now, the part-time force is much smaller, and the Ministry of Defence doesn't even know who all the members of its strategic reserve are. At a time of growing threats, the UK's military will have its own warning about a new era of nuclear power. We are at the dawn of the third nuclear age, which is altogether more complex. It's defined by multiple and concurrent dilemmas, proliferating nuclear and destructive technologies, and the almost total absence of the security architectures that went before. From Russia, we have seen wild threats of tactical nuclear use, large-scale nuclear exercises, and simulated attacks against NATO countries. Yet this is all about choice and what society wants to prioritize. For many years, that's been economic growth, health, schools. Military chiefs believe there must be more focus on defence, but strengthening conventional forces and the UK's own nuclear deterrence is expensive. So will the public agree? Deborah Haynes.
Okay, after watching this video, what do you think? And after hearing all of my videos, what's your perspective from your side? Let me know in the comment section. And if you like my video, please press the like button and subscribe for more. I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, tata, goodbye. Have a blast.